Hello everybody, Preacher Bill here again today. So I've come back again today to do another video concerning the former and permanently closed Ward's Corner, Ohio Frisch's restaurant. This will be essentially part 2 to another video I did, which was a part 2 to another video. So I wanted to come back today and do another video and just give some more history concerning this restaurant and some of the people I worked with. So that being said, again, to give you some more history of when I worked here and some other people that worked here with me. So as I've said in other videos, I worked here from 2007 until April of 2011. In April 2011, I came in to work one day and my supervisor told me at the time that they were cutting back on staff, which I found a little bit peculiar because at that time this restaurant was a thriving business. It had plenty of customers. It was doing well. And I came to work that day and my supervisor told me they were cutting back on staff, which is why I ended up leaving. So as I've said in other videos, worked here from 2007 until April of 2011. 8 years later, I ended up coming back here and working here again from May of 2019 until July of 2022. And by that point, the first manager that I worked for, he had passed away at that point. He died that same year. I did not know that at the time, but when I did come back to work here in 2019, he was gone because he was very ill and he ended up passing away the same year. I didn't find that out until a little bit later on. So it's a little ironic that the second time that I worked here, the year that I came back, the first manager I had that I worked here the first time, he wasn't here anymore, and he had passed away from an illness. And so, like I said, I worked here from May of 2019 until July of 2022. During the second time I worked here, there was a couple other people that I worked here with that have since passed away also. One was a friend of mine. Her name was Andrea. And the other person was one of the cooks, whose name was Tracy. He was a co-worker of mine. I really didn't know him outside of work, but he was one of the cooks, and he ended up passing away. And one of the servers that I worked with, who was a friend of mine, whose name was Andrea, she passed away. She was killed in a car wreck in October of 2024. So that's a little more of the history. And as I said, I've worked here twice over the years. And finally, as I've said in the other videos, this restaurant has been permanently closed since December of 2024. So that's all for this video. Have a blessed day.